Okay, so this is our first session, and we are going to start the Microsoft Intune from the base to the expert. Okay, so let's start with the session. So, firstly, we will discuss about the agenda of this session. So, in this session, we are going to cover the Microsoft Intune architecture, and enrolling a device, like what is the actual meaning of the enrolling a device, and the features and the benefit of the Microsoft Intune, and what are the services provided by the Microsoft Intune, and what kind of operating system supported by the Microsoft Intune. So let's begin without wasting our time. Okay, so when we heard about the Intune, the first question is what is Intune? So if you go by that definition, so basically mean Microsoft Intune is a cloud-based endpoint management solution which provides mobile device management and mobile application management capabilities. And also Microsoft Intune is where we can manage the device, we can install application on the devices, and we can control the working of the devices. Next thing is that the architecture of the Microsoft Intune. So in the architecture of the Microsoft Intune, we consider the Intune suite, the web-based admin center, VPN Microsoft tunnel. We will discuss all these things in the next slide. So as now we are discussing, it is much familiar, like it is not much familiar with you, but yes, we will connect all things later. So let's move to the next slide. Just learn this thing that this is the basic architecture of the Microsoft Intune. Okay, so let's take an example and understand what Microsoft Intune actually is. So in an organization or where we have multiple employees that they are using devices to access company resources. Now these devices can be company owned like devices, and these devices can be the employees self. So devices those are owned by the user itself. These devices can be Windows devices and the Android devices, or it is iOS, iPad, or the Mac devices. So we can enroll these devices into the Microsoft Intune, and we can manage the workflow on these devices. So let's like understand what is the enrolling a device. So enrolling a device is like registering a device to Microsoft Intune, and once a device is enrolled, you can apply configuration policies to the device. With the help of configuration policies, we can control network setting of the devices, we can control display setting of the printer, and we can apply compliance policies on the devices. With the help of compliance policies, we can make sure that the devices are compliant to the organization policies, and it refer to the organization security requirements also. So we can install the application on these devices from the Microsoft Intune itself, and we do not have to log in the device again and again to install any application or which is a registered in Microsoft. We can directly install the application in the my uh, PC without login into the from the Microsoft Intune. And with the help of app protection policies, we can further secure the application. Those are depends on the devices, so we can secure these devices also. So let's discuss about the feature and benefit provided by the Microsoft Intune. So basically, with the help of Microsoft Intune, we can manage company owned devices as well as personally owned devices, are also called BYOD, bring your own devices. These devices can be Windows device, iOS, iPad, Android devices, or Mac devices also. And we can deploy the application on the devices, we can update the application to of the devices, and to make sure that application on our devices are using the latest version, we can even remove the application from the devices without log into these devices. And those applications are not useful in the devices, so we can remove them also. And by the Intune, we can make sure the organization data is protected and isolated from the personal data on the personal device, which means that the single user log into a device and he is using his personal data only. It not means that if a user log into a device and he can manage whole company's data. So it is not like that. So it will help us to manage the single user data to the single device. And with the help of Microsoft Intune, we can deploy application policies, security policies, configuration policies, conditional access policies. We can apply these policies of the group and the devices also. And if we talk about the services of the Microsoft Intune, so this is the best thing we are going to discuss in this module. Okay, so first thing is that the first service provided by Microsoft Intune is my device management. So I have already told you that Microsoft Intune help us to manage and control company-owned devices and the personal devices also, which called the VIOD. It means that the bring your own device. So these devices can be Windows, iPad, iOS, and the Mac also. And with the help of the Microsoft Intune, we can app management also in the devices. So we can deploy the device, we deploy the application, update the application, and even remove the application also. And it also help us to into that data isolation. So data isolation is basically the single device which use a single person's data. So it is like the a single user is using his own data only, not the all company's data. And it automates deployments also. So deployment, application policies, security policies, configuration policies, and conditional access to device groups. Device just need internet connection, and it will fetch all the setting from the Microsoft Intune. And it also provide the web-based admin center. So Microsoft Intune is the web-based admin center where admin can log in and manage the devices, enroll the devices, and remove the devices, and even they can factory reset of the devices if the devices is not useful more. And we can check the compliance of the device, report of the device, and the retire and wipe the data also from the device. So it means administrator can log into the web Intune portal, and they can check is the device is compliant or not. When they can even trigger a notification message to the user that they are not that these pieces are not compliant with the organization policy, so they have to do these steps, and or they have to connect with the support team also. And if you talk about the supported system by the Microsoft Intune, so it means that what type of operating system can be enrolled and managed by the Intune. So Intune basically support the Apple, iPhone, Android and the iOS, iPad, the Linux and the Mac operating system, and the Windows, and as well as it use the Chrome operating system also. So basically, if we are using Android device, we can enroll device those are using 8.0 and later version. We can enroll and manage Android enterprise device and Android open source device also, project device also. And if we are using the iOS and iPad, so we can enroll the Apple iOS 14 and the later. And same goes for the iPad also. And if we are using the Linux device, so the device must have to run on 22.04 and the 22.041 Ubuntu version also. And if we are using the Mac operating system, so Mac operating system should update to the latest 11.0 and the later also. And in the case of Windows operating system, we already found that we can use the Microsoft Windows 10, Windows 11, and the Windows 8.1, Windows 8.1 RT, Surface Hub, and we can enroll the even we can enroll the kind of cloud-based PCs also, which is running on Windows 10 and the Windows 11 and the Windows 10 IoT Enterprise also.